Hey guys, welcome to episode 16 of Fight Your Rival. This is actually our season. What's wrong?
I can't believe it's over. It's all hitting me now.
Well, it's just the first season that's over. We're not like vanishing or anything like that.
Really?
Yeah, really. We'll be back, but right now we just gotta take a little hiatus. But you know, you gotta man up and do what you gotta do for the last episode of Fight Your Rival. You know, fans are out there. They want to know what's going on in the fighting game community, and who else is going to tell them except us?
You're exactly right, Natal.
Yeah, I can't do it on my own.
It's true.
MVC1 style, 2v2.
This is a Team Super.
Team Super.
This is Maximum Shinshoryu right now.
There you go. Maximum Shinshoryu, so powerful that ringtones come out of nowhere. So again, guys, this is the season finale of Fight Your Rival. The first thing we're going to talk about is a game we haven't really talked about at all, which is a big old lie. We talk about the game every week, but they keep pumping out new info every week. So the first game we are actually going to be going over is Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yes.
Now, Namco just released another video showcasing the customized items in the game. People remember they had them in Tekken 6. No one really used them. Like if you gave Brian Fury a gun, like you'd pull out a Uzi mid-game and shoot it. But the command for it was near next to impossible, and it really didn't do any damage in the game. It was just novelty pieces. But it's good to see that they have them back. And what are your impressions from what you saw in the video earlier today?
I'm very excited. I didn't need to be any more hyped up for Tekken Tag 2, but Namco is really good at getting the attention of people like us that love all that fan service, love the costumes, love all the little gimmicks and cool stuff. I think it's super awesome. Things like King and Armor King. They do a team move where King's lands a pile driver and Armor King comes and starts doing the count like a wrestling match. It looks just super awesome. That's always the big draw of 3D fighters, aside from the gameplay, obviously, has always been the customization for me. And Tekken's always been one of the most customizable games. So to see them take it this far, I'm just super excited. If
you guys wanted to spend more money in September, Capcom found out that you guys had money to spend, so they are releasing something else. So Mike, please do me a favor, because I'm tired of talking about all these Capcom games coming out. Let everyone know what's coming out in September for Capcom.
So for all you Marvel heads, if Marvel 3 is your first game, or you just want to go back to the arcade days, Capcom's releasing Marvel Origins in September, which is very cool. I'm actually intrigued. It's Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and Marvel Superheroes in one downloadable package. Going to be a $15 game, PSN, Xbox Live. And it's getting the Third Strike Online Edition treatment, so there's going to be obviously online leaderboards, special achievements, the whole vault system where you unlock challenges, you get to track them in real time, you'll gain points to unlock artwork. Lots of cool fan service. It's the kind of thing, you know, if you're a Capcom fan, you've probably played these games to death, but there's just enough reason to buy them, in my opinion.
So Capcom's on a roll right now. Not only are they giving us this Marvel Origins in September, but they're actually pushing up the release date for all the DLC characters for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Your fans out there screaming and yelling, sending them hate emails, and everything else worked out because we are getting the characters early. Unfortunately, we still have to pay for them, but we're getting them earlier, and I want Mike to fill you guys in with the details of exactly what you should be expecting for the DLC for Cross Tekken.
A while back when Seth Killian was still at Capcom, he said that there's potential fireworks coming to Cross Tekken, and no one really knew what that meant. They knew people didn't know if it was rebalancing, if the characters were coming early, and it seems to be a bit of both. I think what he's talking about is on July 31st, we're actually getting the 12 character pack, $20 on Xbox and PlayStation. And if you don't know already, you get Guy, Cody, Sakura, Blanca, Dudley, Elena, Lars, Elisa, Jack, Brian,
Lei Wulong,
and Christy.
So
you get 12 characters for 20 bucks, which is awesome. There's so much controversy around DLC. I still think 12 characters for 20 bucks is awesome.
It is.
You know, in any fighting game, it's almost standard to charge $5 for a character.
Yeah.
So to
KOF 13.
Yeah, KOF, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, you name it. You know, we're used to paying $5 for a character. So 20 bucks for 12, it's a pretty damn good deal. And with that, we're finally actually getting a pretty hefty rebalance patch.
Yeah, really big one.
Things like Rolento's jab is getting nerfed.
Good.
All the Tatsus aren't nearly as effective or nearly as safe. So hopefully, if the patches work out the way they're intended to, I think it'll be a less pressure-heavy game where you block once and you're kind of doomed. I'm excited. I'm confident that the game can take on a new life between the characters and the patch. And all that really needs to be fixed now is the timer. And oh, the gems are getting nerfed.
Yes, they are.
Those
the auto block assist ones and stuff like that. Like the guys who have the A+ rankings online.
Yes.
And then you look and you see they got purple gems on. You guys aren't really A+.
Yeah, I think eventually we'll actually start to see the game played as it was meant. You know, I want to see tournaments with gems. I want to see, you know, exciting finishes, Pandora combos, like creative stuff. And the game has all this potential. So I hope now that the game's going to get a little better that people actually explore it.
And one side note for the Sony users out there and Vita users, if you do buy the characters for the PS3 and then you buy the Vita one in October, it comes out October 2nd, you pay twice. So if you could hold out till October, if you're going to buy it for the Vita, you might as well, because you get all the characters and all the outfits instantly on the Vita version, so you're actually saving way more money. You don't have to buy the swap or alternate outfits or the characters, because all of that's on the Vita if you buy the Vita. So I'm gonna actually hold out till the Vita one in October.
For all you Skullgirls fans have been following the news about the patch, Mike Z released a whole ton of patch notes. I'm not sure if we know yet when it's coming out.
He said soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
But just so the game is getting completely overhauled. Mike Z has really been taking the community's words to heart. So many things are getting changed, not just within the characters, but just the overall game as a whole. Things like we're getting in-game move lists, online matches are going to be blind, so there's going to be no counter picking.
Yep.
There's going to be enhanced controls for pad users where you can actually map assist to the thumbstick. So lots of really cool touches that go beyond just nerfing and buffing characters.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited. No more double users, because Heavy Kick Hornet Bomber is going to get nerfed incredibly, so no one's going to use double anymore. So awesome. I'm tired of seeing double. They even nerfed Marie, the final boss, to make the game actually redeemable, and you can actually beat the fucking game and not play it on easy to beat it.
I hate fighting Marie.
Yeah, I hate it.
The fact that Mike Z thought to actually fix the single player aspect of fighting game is unheard of. So huge props to him.
And the last thing that they added, which is really awesome, is there's a breakdown training mission for each character. Now you could go over their basic moves a la MVC3 and every other fighting game that's out right now. Props to Mike Z for supporting the game.
Definitely. And there's way too much in this patch to talk about.
Yeah.
So check out SRK. There's a huge listing of all the coming changes, so you can see what's happening to your character, what's happening to the overall game. And Skullgirls is already a pretty solid game as it is, so I'm excited to see it get so much support and you know, such a big upgrade.
They're patching things that I didn't even know were wrong with the game.
So shout outs to Reverge Labs, Autumn Games, everyone behind it for just keeping this game alive. You know, it has a huge fan base, and I only see it growing with now the game's getting even better. So there's a little tournament held this past weekend. Just a small local independent thing in Vegas. This is called EVO. Obviously the biggest fighting game tournament in the world every year. It was incredible.
It was amazing.
Yeah, we have a ton to talk about. We could probably spend 3 episodes talking about it, but we'll try to keep it short and sweet. The first thing we're going to touch on is the gameplay showcases. So we got to see PlayStation All-Stars.
Very cool, very cool.
Which is steadily going from a cool novelty to a game I really can't wait to play.
Yes.
I will be buying either a PS3 or a Vita to play this game.
Yeah. That's how strong this game looks.
The character selection and the fan service, all the fun stuff. Heihachi Mishima's in the game now. His level 3 super is the Tekken 5 ending where he straps his opponents to space on a rocket. Like,
amazing.
You know, it just, and knowing that Seth Killing's behind it, and knowing, you know, all these fighting game pros are behind it, I feel like it's just in very good hands, and I can't wait to play it. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of fan character selection screens have been popping up, so that shows me that people actually really are interested in the game. I saw one over during EVO weekend, and I swore it was real, but, you know, Daniel Craig's James Bond was in the character selection screen, the girl from Lollipop Chainsaw was in there, Spider-Man was in there, Croc from the PlayStation 1 game was in there. Like, characters I was like, who would put these people in the game? But you know what? This game could be so far-fetched and so out of control that probably is going to be the real character selection screen.
It's not a long shot. We've already got Big Daddy and we've already got Heihachi. You know, Sony has so much third-party love. I think Solid Snake's in the game. I could be wrong.
Yeah, they actually, a real interesting article I read, they said that the To Michael ad, remember that commercial? The To Michael commercial that did for PlayStation? They said that commercial was a hint to the character selection screen for PlayStation All-Stars.
Really?
Yeah.
If that's true, then it'll be one of the greatest character rosters of all time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Ezio, that's a given.
Yeah, Ezio's definitely
in the game. He's probably gonna be the only character you can play as by the time it drops.
Yep.
We have the obvious Sony characters. Maybe we'll get a Star Wars character.
Yeah, they'll dump in some Final Fantasy characters. They'll do it all.
So very excited for the game, even if we don't get Spider-Man and Daniel Craig. I doubt I'll be disappointed with the roster, and can't wait to play it.
So PlayStation All-Stars sounds amazing and all, but let's not forget NetherRealm Studios. Now, their first game was Mortal Kombat 9, and it was fantastic. So they're finally doing their sophomore game, and it is Injustice: Gods Among Us. Luckily, they gave us a 15-minute video preview at E3 about the game, and I have to say, this game looks spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, the interactive backgrounds is the main focus of the game that I really like, but I'm also worried at the same time where this is, I'm going to pose an interesting question to you. With the backgrounds being so interactive in this game, do you feel that this game will be categorized as a novelty fighting game piece, or do you think the fighting game community will actually take it as a serious fighter and work on the game?
I feel like it's too early to tell. When you look at it at first, it's like, okay, this game looks fun, but I can't imagine being serious because, you know, people are getting punched through buildings, there's these long cinematics, Superman's punching dudes into space,
Yeah.
The Flash is running halfway around the world to punch people in the face.
Everyone's getting punched in the face.
But at the same time, I mean, look at Marvel 3. Marvel 3 dropped, and I feel like when we all first played, we were like, wow, this is way simplified. No punches and kicks, you know, 3 attacks and a launcher, and it just felt very different. And Marvel 3 has evolved into this, you know, kind of technical beast. So, as far as the interactive stages, you know, yes, it's kind of strange to have, as far as competitive play, have something that's such a variable and can be so random. But at the same time, I mean, look at 3D fighters. There's ring outs, there's big stages, there's small stages. I look at these interactive stages as that equivalent. You know, there might not be a ring out, but as an equivalent, you know, you could just hit someone with a car.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you could use Batman's Batarang to blow that car up on someone's face. So, I wouldn't completely rule out the game becoming very competitive, especially, I can see, you know, the Mortal Kombat community flocking to it because it does share some elements. You know, there are certain things, such as getting rid of the block button for a more Capcom-style block. They've actually changed the control scheme from MK9. It's not 2 punches, 2 kicks.
Okay.
It's actually very Marvel 3-esque.
Really?
Yeah, it's ABC special, so just light, medium, heavy special.
Okay.
So kind of like Marvel, Blaze Blue, Tatsunoko, etc. So regardless, I can't wait to play the game, but I do think it holds some competitive potential. We'll have to wait and see.
I agree too. I mean, honestly, like what you touched up upon, you know, with 3D games, you really have to pay attention to the, you know, to the stage. So I could totally see people, you know, treating it professionally, but there's just way more on the screen to pay attention to at once. I just hope the fighting game community doesn't get thrown off by it, because it seems like if it's not what we're used to, or if it's not something new but simplified and easy to get into, a la MVC3, we automatically hate it. I hope it, like, people aren't like, this isn't what I'm used to, or they're like, this is way too new and I don't want to bother learning it.
Yeah. And
let's just play for novelty, and I just don't want it to be like Power Stone.
Like I said, I mean, regardless, it's going to be a blast to play.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to get my hands on it, and you know, I see some kind of community developing, whether it's small or large, you know, whether it's like a Smash Brothers kind of cult following or it turns into the next Marvel.